I just had a little bit of a news flash for you. I'm usually known to be pretty bombastic and excitable, so I'm going to try to be calm today, but just in case you haven't heard, America's going to celebrate our 250th, and Donald Trump picked Iowa to start it all. He picked us, folks. Through the years, a lot of presidents have said, I'm the president of the heartland. I'm the president of small town and rural America. Guess what? We've got a man that practices exactly what he preaches in the White House, and he's all ours. And of course, you've all heard about the big, beautiful bill. That has passed. That is in law. And the Democrats that opposed it can go pound sand. And just a little clarification in case the media is hearing. Listen to this very carefully, folks. Do not cede an inch when you're talking to your neighbors and friends. And it's this. If you work and if you're legal, you're not going to get kicked off Medicaid. That's a lie. It's a lie from desperate people. So, I want to talk about a few other things today that are also beautiful, besides the big, beautiful bill. How about giving the money, the dollars, the hard-earned resources back to the people? That's beautiful. How about trying to erase trade and tariff deficits that have been around for decades and decades under both Republicans and Democrats? That's also beautiful. How about reducing the temperature so that we don't run into a nuclear holocaust? That's also beautiful. How about protecting every single young woman's right to compete fairly? That's beautiful. And not only is it beautiful, it's the right thing to do. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Governor Reynolds, and thank you to the Iowa legislature. You all met together to make that happen. And one other thing that's beautiful, how about that delegation? That congressional delegation from Iowa, all 6 of them voted yes to the big, beautiful bill. Now, let me tell you a couple things that are, well, ugly, not beautiful. How about the left-wing nuts that are infesting our dialogue and our universities? That sure isn't beautiful. How about the pro-Palestinian rioters that have lost their way and on tax dollars protesting and acting like complete moronic idiots? How about opening up the border like the last 4 years and allowing danger to infest our country? That sure isn't beautiful. And this might be old-fashioned, folks, but let me tell you something else that's ugly, that's not beautiful. Yes, you have a right to do it, but it sure isn't beautiful. When we play the anthem, stand the hell up! So I just want to end, other than that, I don't have any strong opinions today. I just want to end with a true story. This is going to sound like I made it up, but last night I was on my four-wheeler. I was taking my grandson Oliver for a drive out by the creek. He's 4 years old. Heart and soul, of course, I've spoiled him absolutely, completely, utterly rotten, which is what we're supposed to do. And when we were sitting there by the creek, I was telling him that I'm going to see President Trump tomorrow. So he had all kinds of questions about that. And there's an eagle's nest where we go down. That's why we go down and watch the creek at that point. Honest to goodness, it was like a Hollywood show. The eagle took off and was in flight and flying around. And Oliver said, look, Papa, there's an eagle. I'm truly not making this up. So I finally looked at him. I said, Oliver, do you want me to say anything to President Trump? How telling this was, honestly. He looked at me. He says, Papa, tell President Trump that I love eagles. You know what? We love eagles. We love Iowa. We love this country. And here's a message that starts right now, and this can be a unifying message. And that is, and I want everybody to hear you folks, I want them to hear you back there. We also love President Trump, period. Thank you.